Hey, how's it going? It's Devin with Devin's Card House. I make daily TCG videos about whatever's going on in the market that interests me. So I could be talking about Lorcana, or Sorcery, or Magic the Gathering, or Grand Archive, or whatever. So if any of those things can interest you, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or just watch the video. That's cool too. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about FOMO, and I thought that was appropriate with just everything that's going on with all the sales and everybody talking about if you should be buying now, if you shouldn't be buying now, if the prices of everything is just going to skyrocket because everyone's got their shit together now and the sale prices are over and everyone's the market's going to be smooth from here on out, and you don't know whether you should buy or hold or whatever, and if you need to jump in on these good deals, these great deals that are coming out right now, which are non-existent, which we've all seen. I think that FOMO is just something that I've been dealing with in my life since I was a wee young little Devin in Devin's parents' card house without any cards. I was, even as a child, this is something that I had to deal with my mom. I'd be like playing Super Nintendo, playing Super Mario World, and my mom would come in and be like, "Hey, I'm going to run to the grocery store," and I'd have to think in my brain like, I need to go to the grocery store. Like, what if mom goes to the grocery store and then something happens, it's interesting, and I completely miss out on it? Or what if there's a new, like, Nintendo Power magazine, or a new, like Guitar World, I could get a new Guitar World magazine? Or what if there's some cool something could happen, and I could totally miss out on it if I don't go with my mom? So this led to some like really good, times with me and my mom hanging out, going to the mall or going to the grocery store. But it's just like something like even like I didn't want to go to bed because it was like, what if something cool happens? And then when I got older, it's the same kind of thing. It's like, well, if I don't go out, then, I could miss out on like a really potential fun, good time. And here's a hint. Most of the time it fucking sucked, or it was okay. We had good times. I had a good time, but sometimes it was not okay and I got into big trouble. So it's like FOMO has not always helped me out, and like I could have saved some money. I could have like not woken up so hungover the next day. I could have like blah 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 blah, But I try not to have any regrets towards how I've lived my life at any certain points. But I feel like this is something that's like good to at least recognize in yourself if you have some of these symptoms, because I know people who are just like, fuck that, I'm not going out there. I'm completely comfortable in here. And I'm definitely more like that now, I am happy where I am. And, at certain times I go in phases or whatever, but it's always something that I've had to deal with. And I feel with getting into TCGs and selling, and even if you're not a seller like me, even if you're just into buying it, you want to collect it. You want to, when it always sucks when there's a product out there and you're like, oh man, that's so cool. And then you're like, what? It was only a limited time. They only had sold it for a little time and it's all sold out. And now it's 5 times the price. Like with everyone dealing with Lorcana right now, how many people are spending the price got up to, $500, a little under, maybe like $450. But I mean, that's 3 times the price. People have so much, the FOMO, they have so much, they need it right now. And they don't know that they can't wait. So it's something that you have to deal with in every aspect of this game. And it's, especially when companies like Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro are trying to market things to you, like especially when it comes to secret layers, something that I deal with all the time is like this is limited. This is so limited. You have this amount of days. If you don't get in there and get your shit, it's gone forever. You're never going to get it again unless you go on eBay and you spend, well, sometimes it crashes, but if you spend more money on eBay, so you need to get it now. If you don't get it now, then you're going to get screwed later. So you have to get it. You're going to miss out, dude. You're going to miss out if you don't get it now. And I think this is something like, as somebody who sells, and this is something I've had to like grow as time has gone on, that it's just very important. And even if this is not when it comes to TCGs or any of this stuff, is knowing that something else is going to come. There's going to be another opportunity. There's going to be another day. There's going to be another, unless you die. If you die, then it's over, and then you're out of days. And you only live once, guys. So, but let's assume that you will live for it the next day. Let's assume you'll be able to keep the train going. And if you can, then you should be aware that as life keeps going, other things will arrive. And that's something I've had to tell myself, especially like this, with everything that's going on right now. And I'm torn between, you guys see me, I'm on here talking about so many different card games. Like, what if I don't get this and the price goes up? What if I don't get that and the price goes up? And then I can never get it. And it's so nice sometimes just to let something go by, and then you just kind of wave off it in the distance, and you're like, well, I just didn't get it. Time to move on. And what's funny is sometimes that'll happen, and then a new opportunity will come up that's even better than the opportunity that you let go. But at the same time, there are opportunities that you let go, and you're like, God damn, why didn't I get that? So you have to, FOMO isn't always wrong. That's the crazy thing about it too. Sometimes you need to go out. That's how I met my wife. We went out and I went to an emo dance party thing. It's like it's instead of they called it emo night, and instead of having a band play, they just have like a DJ who'd play emo music, and then everyone would mosh. It wasn't really dancing; it was all moshing. But I met Candace there, and I only did that because I went out, because I wasn't a homebody, because I was like, I could have missed out on something, and because I went out, because I guess I had FOMO, I met my wife, and that's been fantastic. Or, I don't know, when it comes to sorcery, everyone was talking about the alpha boxes, and I was like, well, this looks cool. Maybe I should buy a few cases. That was a good deal, and it was a very limited thing, and I was worried about missing out. So you have to be careful, but I think the main goal or the main idea is that sometimes when you know that, like, it's just not right, is to just let it go. To just let it float down the river and stream out of your life. There's maybe you in another world, in another lifetime, in another universe, went down that path and chose to go down and take that opportunity. But you, in this timeline, in the current non-multiverse, just the current universe that we are in, you have gone down the single path, and you have decided to let that opportunity go. But when you do that, you can't feel bad about it, and you can't dwell on it too much, because you have to know that more opportunities are going to be coming. And with that being said, with knowing that more opportunities are coming, it's very important that you don't go all in when you FOMO something. When you don't FOMO all into something because you're like, oh, I can only get it now. If I don't get it, I have to get as much of it now as I can. Like I have had to deal with this before, where I've just gone too balls deep into something that I should not have gone into. And I'm talking about cardboard here, where I have just made a massive mistake with buying something that I shouldn't, and have spent way too much money and should not have done it. And that is the risk that you run. So try setting limits. I think it's very important to set limits when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like for me, and like a recent thing for me is just like, I am only spending cash on whatever I have. It's just the cash that I have. I'm not using any credit. I'm just spending what I can. I'm not spending like imaginary money. I'm spending the money that I can. And recently I've had a lot of things going on with my family. So I haven't had like the cash opportunities, because I've been spending on things that I've needed to spend on for my family. And so I've had to let a lot of opportunities go. And when that happens, what's funny is that the week later I'll be like, man, there's just some new cool things out here. I want that. Or there's new cool things that's coming up. So that's what I'm saying. There's always opportunity. You can't have that scarcity mindset. You can't think that like this is it. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it again. Except sometimes it is the case, and you have to do it right now. But you have to discern those opportunities, and you have to discern it. And like, it's a question that I can't answer for you. Only you are going to know the answer to that question. But I'm saying, once you've made the decision, you've made the decision to stay home, once you've made the decision to not buy, once you've made the decision to sit this one out, you let it go. You don't dwell on it. And when you see an opportunity go by, and I'm trying to think of it, because this has happened to me many times, where I pass something up and it was a great opportunity. And you see that people tripled, doubled, quadrupled their money, and you missed out, and you had the idea, and you could have done it too. But what you got to do in those moments is just be happy for those people. Congratulate those people. Don't be jealous. Don't have these negative, bullshit, horrible thoughts. You just need to be happy for people. You need to congratulate people when you, especially people you care about. If you, it's a real problem. I think a lot of people have is they can't be happy for other people because they're like, well, I didn't get it. I don't have it. Well, I mean, you should celebrate your friends, celebrate their successes, and never be that icky, jealous person. And that definitely comes up for when you missed an opportunity and other people took it. I think it's a really good exercise to take to just be like, say, congratulations, that's awesome. Good for you. You did it. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to get another opportunity on something else. As long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, as long as you stay at it, you're going to get an opportunity too. So, and when that happens, you want people to, be the same, not be jealous little prick assholes to you either. So, try to be nice, and then hopefully that niceness is returned to you at a certain point. So, I don't know. It's a hard topic because I know it's a lot of everyone says don't FOMO into stuff, and in a lot of cases, the majority of cases, that's true. But A, you need to set limits, and B, you need to be able to be like, this is it. I am FOMOing into this shit, and I'm taking this opportunity. So it's a double-edged thing. You can't just say don't FOMO into stuff, because sometimes FOMOing into something is the right decision. So it's why it's difficult. Life is difficult. Oh, surprise. Shocker. Life is not easy. Wow. Crazy, right? I try to think of some other good, like FOMO. I mean, everything I see here is probably just like, I had one of those moments. And the only regrets that I have, and that's why I brought it into it, of something I FOMO'd into, is when I've just gone all in. I've gone too deep. I thought I could make an impact on the market. Don't ever do that. Don't try to stand in the river and push the tide back. You can't do that. You have to go with the flow. You have to flow with the river. And never try to go against the river. You will get your ass ripped up off the ground and taken down the river. So don't be like me. Don't learn from my mistakes and just really stay within your realm of what you can do. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't write anything out about this. It's just from the top of my head and just thinking about how FOMO's affected me. I wonder if other kids are like that too. I don't think my brother was like me, because I just seemed to be me and my mom would go out and I would always remember that I would just sleep because I was always playing video games. So I can remember in my head, I'm right back there as a kid being like, Mom's like, I'm going to Safeway, because I lived in Oregon. It's Safeway in Oregon. And I'd be like, I gotta go. I could see an old crazy lady getting a fight with a pigeon. I don't know. There could be something crazy there. I need to buy this. It's gonna, quadruple in price. And it doesn't sometimes. Sometimes it goes half of what you spend it on. So don't make that mistake. And don't FOMO into all in. Don't FOMO all in on something. Just FOMO a little bit into some things when the time is right. And I feel like when the time's right, and when you're making good decisions. When you're not making good decisions. And like sometimes, I'll talk more about this in another video, but I'm not a gambler. But when I know some people will laugh at that, but when it comes to going to Vegas and doing slot machines, I don't really care about that. But when it comes to this shit, or it comes to stock market, I will gamble. I had to discover that for myself. So if you have any of that gambler inside of you, or this is it. This is it, the once in a lifetime. You have to see that, and you have to call it out. So anyways, oh goddamn, for the beginning of the video I was going to say nobody's going to make it this again. I got one question last time. There's going to be a Q&A. I think I'm going to do it on Friday. There'll be a Q&A coming up. So if you have a question for the Q&A, it can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about stocks or magic or TCGs. It could be about anything. You could ask me about, I don't know, my favorite book. I don't even read. So You could ask me what my favorite video game is, or my favorite color, or you could ask me whatever you wanted. But we'll be doing that here soon. So if you have any questions for the Q&A, go ahead and throw it in there. Besides that, I think that's it. That's it for the TED Talk today. I really appreciate you watching the video. I really appreciate my subscribers. This has been a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun getting on here and talking to y'all. I hope this helps a little bit. Maybe I can develop my thoughts a little bit more the next time I want to talk about it, because I'm sure FOMO will come up again at a certain point. But I'd really like to get some few specific instances of FOMO besides the ones I talked about today, because there are a few things that I can think of just kind of that have affected me. If you want to talk about your experience with FOMO, go ahead and throw it in the comments. Besides that, I will talk to you tomorrow, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I was thinking I was gonna get on here and do karaoke or something. Whatever. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.